In a powerful address to the NATO Parliamentary Assembly in Dayton, Ohio, on May 26, 2025, NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte delivered a stark warning: the threat from Russia is far from over, and NATO must act now to prepare for potential conflicts. Rutte's speech, delivered against the backdrop of escalating global tensions, called for a stronger, fairer, and more lethal alliance to safeguard peace. Rutte began by paying tribute to the late Gerry Connolly, a staunch advocate for NATO, and highlighted the Assembly's 70th anniversary as a moment to reflect on its role in promoting peace, security, and democracy. But the tone quickly turned urgent as he addressed the current security challenges facing the world.
Because we live in a more dangerous world, and this is a critical moment for our security, with multiple threats and challenges. There is Russia's brutal war against Ukraine, the threat of terrorism, intense global competition, and flashpoints around the world, from the Middle East to Asia. Russia has teamed up with China, North Korea and Iran. They are expanding their militaries and their capabilities. They are preparing for long-term confrontation.
Drawing on history, Rutte referenced Winston Churchill's 1936 speech, where Churchill asked whether there would be time to prepare defences before it was too late. Rutte echoed this sentiment, warning that peace fails when threats go unanswered and preparations are delayed. To delay is dangerous, he said, urging NATO to act now. To strengthen NATO, Rutte called for a dramatic increase in defence spending. While many allies are now meeting the 2% of GDP target, Rutte emphasised that this is no longer enough. At the upcoming summit in The Hague, leaders will finalise a plan to boost spending on both hard defence and defence-related investments like infrastructure and resilience. He also stressed the need for increased defence production, innovation and cooperation across the alliance. Rutte emphasised the need for a fairer alliance, where all members contribute their fair share. He praised Europe and Canada for stepping up their defence efforts and highlighted that a strong transatlantic bond is essential for both sides of the Atlantic. A stronger, fairer and more lethal alliance is how we stay safe in a more dangerous world, he said. On Ukraine, Rutte was unequivocal. He condemned Russia's recent indiscriminate attacks on civilians and expressed full support for President Zelensky's efforts to achieve a just and lasting peace. NATO will continue our long-term support to Ukraine, he said, emphasizing that this is not about prolonging the war, but ensuring Ukraine can defend itself and prevent future aggression. NATO's command in Germany is coordinating security assistance and training, while a new center in Poland is helping learn lessons from the conflict. Mark Rutte's speech at the NATO Parliamentary Assembly was a clarion call for action. In a world where peace is fragile and threats are mounting, he urged NATO to prepare for war. Not to provoke conflict, but to preserve peace. With resolve and unity, NATO can face the challenges ahead and ensure security for generations to come.